Microgreens business, the ultimate plan. There are several steps you must take prior to you starting a business if it is to be a successful venture. Research. Ensure there is a market for what you want to sell and consider what competition you can expect. Plan. Obviously you will want to know what property, if any, you will need to successfully carry out your business. You can start with a minimum but then expand if the business grows. Cost. This should not just be the cost of the initial setup but should also include the overheads for several months in order to allow your new business to get known and start to create profits. Name your business. Decide on a name for your business and then register it, getting any licenses you may need. Promote your business. Consider a marketing plan which is appropriate to the type of business you are starting. Microgreens business. Microgreens businesses are becoming increasingly popular as they are perhaps easier than most others as they need a minimal amount of space and a relatively low financial startup cost. Microgreens have been around since the 1980s, but at that time there were only a few types like Basel, Kale and Cilantro, and these were usually only used as garnish in fancy restaurants or in vinaigrette. Today, however, that has all changed and there are now as many as 100 different types of microgreens, and due to their high nutritional value they are becoming increasingly popular in every household. How to plan for a microgreens business. Pay attention to business. Although the idea of growing vegetables may be appealing to you, you must remember to look at it as a business and not just a hobby. Explore the local microgreens market. This will be a part of the research aspect, and you will have to check any restaurants and market stall vegetable sellers to determine the quantities they will likely buy and what microgreens they are particularly interested in. Provide the best microgreen service. Whilst researching from potential customers what their needs might be, you should also inquire where and how they currently get their microgreens. In order to be successful, you will need to offer your potential clients something they do not currently receive. Obviously, cost is a major factor, however, as their current supplier may not be local, you may be able to offer a reduction in transportation costs. Being able to provide fresh produce is essential to any microgreens business, as the freshness of that produce will be a major factor in who clients decide to buy from. The main reason for this is that microgreens may lose their nutritional value relatively quickly compared to other vegetables. Being local will therefore also be an advantage you have over any competition. Getting started with microgreens. Perhaps one of the most important aspects of starting any business is the actual initial cost. This is where a microgreens business may have an advantage over many other types of startup. These advantages can be placed into two categories, both of which will affect the initial startup cost: space and materials. Unlike a farm business where you need large fields to allow ample space for vegetables to grow to their full size, due to microgreens being harvested every 7 to 14 days, whilst still in their trays, a relatively small area is needed, with many opting to grow them from their own homes. The most commonly used growing trays for microgreens are only 20 centimeters by 10 centimeters, and so once you have decided what microgreens to grow, you can work out the approximate area required. The largest cost will of course be setting up a growing shed or similar, complete with shelves for the trays and UV lighting, but some have achieved this for as little as $600. After that, the average cost of a tray, seeds, soil plus heating, light and water, for growing microgreens is approximately $3 to $5, which will provide about 12 ounces of microgreens. Considering that microgreens, on average, sell at $25 to $30 per pound, a profit can be made providing you can sell what you grow. However, the price of microgreens may vary greatly, as although most seeds may cost as little as $15 per pound, exceptions such as marigold may cost as much as $350 per pound. Hence the importance of your research to discover the specific microgreens needed in your area. Although the soil can sometimes be reused, some chefs may prefer to buy the microgreens by the tray so as to be able to cut them as needed, ensuring ultimate freshness. Due to the increased awareness and growing popularity of microgreens, a microgreens business is a potentially viable option, especially if you have limited financial resources for starting your own business. Once the business is up and running, other potential customers will become aware of the freshness of your microgreens, and so your client base and profits should increase. Visit our site at toddseeds.com for growing instructions and other resources to help your business succeed.